Today's Talk About It Tuesday question involves both politics and economics. And I know a lot of you are burnt out about politics because it is insane today. But I always say you must know what's going on politically because you cannot separate politics from economics. So this is a great question, and we're going to dig into it. The new Inflation Reduction Act will be the largest climate investment in U.S. history. What are your thoughts on how we can capitalize on the major shift about to happen? So, if you haven't been paying attention, $370 billion has been allocated primarily towards trying to slow down climate change. So the name of the act is very misleading. Inflation Reduction Act. That's the political aspect of it because everybody's concerned with inflation. And it does, in some ways, address that because it addresses some tax issues in terms of taxing corporations differently and reducing prescription drugs and being able to negotiate drug costs. So it does deal with inflation on some level. But the bulk of this new bill, this new act, is really about addressing changing the way that we use energy. So it's interesting the question that says about to happen. This money is allocated over a 10-year span, and we probably won't see many immediate changes because you still have to be able to figure out where the money will be allocated exactly, how it will be used, what current legislation has to be changed in order to be able to replace it with some of these new things. Just because you made the act, you still have to make some other adjustments in other places, and you have to put things in place for it to be successful. But how do you take advantage of it? Well, I can visualize that there'll be multiple ways to take advantage of it depending on how you want to position yourself. So this new act is supposed to increase jobs in certain industries. And so in certain areas of manufacturing, in certain areas of energy, there will be many new jobs, and there's supposed to be a guarantee about certain wage levels. So there'll be high wage jobs, low skilled jobs, even some high-tech jobs with very low skills, so the average person will be able to get a job in this new industry. So there'll be jobs. There'll be new business opportunities, and the business opportunities will be direct opportunities, meaning to get into one of the different areas that affect climate, or something peripheral, meaning you set up a supporting business, whether it's a diner or something around the place where people will be working. So there'll be great business opportunity. There'll be investment opportunity because you will see a major growth in industries that will be dealing with, this carbon neutral quest. So whether it's wind, solar, hydrogen, there'll be all these, different areas. So the question is, how do you decide now? Well, it's very difficult to decide now. And here's where I say you have to get back into connecting with politics. And I'm not talking about just watching what's on TV. I'm saying you have a congressional representative. You all do. And you need to make an appointment with your representative and see what their vision is for your district. How did they plan to use this money to improve your district? What do they want to bring to the district? How are they going to decide who gets what contracts, where jobs will be coming? And because that's important in a lot of ways. It can increase property values. It can, again, create job or business opportunities. There's so many different ways. But if you're not in the know, if you're not in connection with your representative, then you'll just be, falling behind and trying to chase behind people who already have the opportunities that you're going to miss. So 10-year span, there's a lot of time for you to get in, but positioning yourself early is always the best. But you have to know. So the first thing is to really dig into the bill itself. I put a link there. You can, download the whole thing, or there are summaries of it online. So you can really look at where you think you could fit in, but then you have to get that information and go directly to your congressional representative and see how they expect things to flow in your district, because that's where your biggest opportunities will be. And especially if you create a relationship with them and they can steer you now and say, okay, this is what we want for our area, this is what the needs are, this is what we anticipate, and then you can kind of take that first step after that. Great question, but you should be doing this all the time. At least once a year you should be having a meeting with all your representatives. I'm not just talking about on the federal level, but on the state level and your local level as well. So great question. I'd love to hear your feedback. Please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.